Picture this. You wake up one morning thinking it's just another Tuesday, and by sundown, boom, your 19-year marriage is over. Your ex has quietly moved out, and tabloids are calling it the Nashville knockout of the year. Yeah, that's basically what just happened to Nicole Kidman. And not just any breakup, this one has everything. Heartbreak, hidden lyrics, mystery women, and a $387 million fortune on the line. You could call it a divorce, or the season finale of Time's Big Little Lies, Country Edition, asterisk. So, let's rewind. Nicole Kidman, 58, just filed for divorce from Keith Urban, 57, less than 24 hours after he reportedly Times moved out. Times of their family home in Nashville. That's not a breakup, that's a time sprint asterisk. According to friends, she didn't even wait for the dust to settle. She filed those papers like they were a mic drop. Her little act of revenge, one friend said. And honestly, if revenge had a face, it would be Nicole's, walking into court in heels sharper than Keith's guitar string. But here's where things get messier than a Taylor Swift breakup bridge. Keith apparently didn't just leave, he Times moved on. Asterisk reports say he's already dating someone new, a woman from the music industry, which means this breakup has entered its Times second verse Times way too fast. Friends say Nicole was Times blindsided, Times completely shot. Imagine thinking you're holding your marriage together while your husband's already got a moving truck in the driveway. Brutal. One insider said, she's still in love with him. Her loyalty never wavered, and she doesn't understand why he walked out. That's the kind of line that makes even the toughest hearts ache, because it's not just a divorce. It's a story of someone who fought for love long after the credits should have rolled. But now, let's talk timing, because the timeline here is giving suspicious. The couple's last public appearance together was at a soccer game in Nashville back in June, and witnesses said it was awkward. Like, we should have stayed home, awkward. That's when Keith allegedly decided to pack up and go his own way. Meanwhile, Nicole was in London filming Time's Practical Magic 2 times with Sandra Bullock talk about art imitating life. Now, here's the kicker. Nicole's convinced Keith's Times songs Times have been telling on him. His 2024 album Times High and Alive Times features lyrics like "It hurts when we fight, babe," calling names and slamming doors and keeping secrets. Subtle? Not really. That's less metaphor, more emotional subtweet. Sources claim she recognized lines straight out of their private text messages, and when she confronted him about it, he went silent, which, let's be real, is the universal language of guilt. But don't count Nicole out, she's not just nursing heartbreak in silence. Nope, she's focusing on her daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, creating new routines and keeping life stable for them. And according to the divorce agreement, she'll have custody for 306 days a year. That's not just co-parenting, that's sole custody with visiting hours. And if you're wondering whether Keith will touch her fortune, think again. Nicole's prenup is reportedly Times ironclad. Asterisk, the kind of contract that probably comes with its own security guard. She built an empire she's not letting anyone walk off with her crown jewel. Now, whether Keith's new relationship is a full-blown romance or a midlife remix, the internet's already divided. Some say he's just finding himself. Others say he's finding himself in someone else's studio. Either way, it's messy, public, and painfully poetic. And Nicole? She's staying in Nashville, where it all started calm, collected, and maybe just waiting for that next red carpet moment where she'll radiate Time's divorced and thriving Time's energy so hard the paparazzi lens might fog up. Because if there's one thing Nicole Kidman knows how to do, it's transformation. From Time's Moulin Rouge, Time's Heartbreak, to Time's Big Little Lies, Time's Redemption, this isn't the end of her story. It's just her next act. So, what's the takeaway? Love might end, but legacy doesn't. Sometimes walking away isn't weakness, it's power wrapped in designer sunglasses and court file. And as for Keith, well, let's just say if your breakup inspires a country album, you better hope she releases her own. Because if Nicole Kidman ever drops a revenge record, Nashville's gonna need hazard pay. If this story gave you whiplash, and let's be honest, it did hit that like button. Subscribe for more Hollywood stories told with a little too much caffeine. And tell me in the comments, who do you think will move on first? Emotionally, not romantically. Because we already know Time's answer.